What did you say to the manager who spent 6 months humiliating you in front of your own team? Mine froze mid-sentence in a boardroom full of investors. I'm 46, started as a night shift warehouse picker at 19, worked my way through logistics for 2 decades, and finally took a director role at a mid-sized delivery startup last year. My new boss, Cole, was 34, 3 years out of an MBA, and decided within a week that I was operations muscle, not operations brain. He said it to my face, smiling, like it was a compliment. It became a pattern. In meetings, he'd rephrase everything I said before letting it stand, like I needed a translator. What Denise means is, he'd start, then repeat my exact point in fewer syllables and take the credit when heads nodded. When I flagged that our new routing software was miscalculating fuel costs on cross-state runs, he told the room I was still thinking in truck stop math and had someone rerun my numbers. They matched mine exactly. He never mentioned it again. He CC'd my own reports on emails correcting my grammar. He asked me twice in front of junior staff if I was sure I wanted to lead this initiative or would rather support from the sidelines. One Tuesday, he handed me a printed one-page guide titled Reading a P and L Statement and set it on my desk without a word, like a teacher leaving homework for a slow student. My husband asked why I didn't file a complaint. I told him I was collecting something better than a complaint. I started saving everything: the emails, the meeting notes, the screenshots of him rewriting my Slack messages under his own name in a shared doc history nobody thought I'd check. I wasn't building a grudge. I was building a record. It came to a head at the Series C investor pitch. Cole wanted operations represented in the room to show the startup had real infrastructure. So I was there, seated at the end of the table, mostly ignored. The lead investor, a sharp woman named Farah, was flipping through the deck when she stopped on the logistics slide and looked up. "Wait," she said. "Denise Okafor? You built the regional consolidation model for Harlow Freight." The room went quiet. Cole blinked at her like she'd spoken another language. "That model is still the case study my old firm teaches," Farah said, standing to shake my hand. "I sat in a room in 2015 where 3 logistics companies tried to reverse engineer it and failed. You cut Harlow's cross-dock time by 40%. What are you doing here?" I told her the truth. Wanted to build something from the ground up again instead of fixing someone else's mess. She turned to Cole. "You have her running operations and I almost didn't hear her voice once in this pitch. Why?" Cole opened his mouth. Nothing came out. He looked at me the way people look for an exit that isn't there. "Why haven't you had Denise leading these technical sections?" Farah asked again, and this time it wasn't rhetorical. She wanted an answer, on the record, in front of the other partners. He said my title, then my role, like reading a badge might explain it. It didn't. Here's the part I'd rehearsed for months, though never out loud. I'd imagined saying it with heat. Instead, it came out flat, almost bored, which landed harder than anger would have. "He decided what I was on day 1, I said, and spent 6 months looking for evidence to match the decision instead of the other way around." Farah didn't ask me to elaborate. She didn't need to. She closed her laptop, said she'd like a follow-up call with me directly, and the meeting ended 20 minutes early. Cole found me at my desk that evening. He didn't apologize, not really. He said he hoped there were no hard feelings and that he'd always respected my experience. I told him respect isn't a thing you say after you get caught. It's a thing you show before anyone's watching. He didn't have a response to that either. I got the call from Farah's office 3 days later, a standalone operations advisory role, reporting directly to the board. Twice the salary, nothing to do with Cole at all. I haven't decided yet whether to take it and leave him to explain my absence to the same investors who just watched him bumble, or stay and make him manage someone who now outranks every assumption he ever made about her. Some mornings I think the second option is crueler. Some mornings that feels like exactly what he's owed.